Ukraine's Zelensky presses US for green light to strike deeper into Russia.
232nd anniversary of death of Emperor Quang Trung commemorated in Vinh City.
President Ho Chi Minh and his letters to the homeland.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. Ukrainian President Zelensky urged the United States to allow Kiev to target military locations deep inside Russia.
President Zelensky said many people were killed and injured in Ukraine by Russian-guided bombs in the air, and these could be averted only by striking Russian military airfields, their bases, and the logistics of Russian terror. He said that clearing the Ukrainian sky of Russian-guided aerial bombs would be a strong step to force Russia to seek an end to the war and a just peace. The Ukrainian president stressed that Kiev need both the permissions for long-range capabilities and your long-range shells and missiles of its allies to strike deep into Russian territory.
The Israeli army continues to carry out high-intensity operations on multiple fronts. In particular, the military is conducting raids in Jenin, in the occupied West Bank, on the fourth day of its assault.
Israel's military operations in the West Bank yesterday continued to focus on the city of Jenin and surrounding areas. In addition to the powerful infantry force, the Israeli army also deployed fighter jets and drones to provide fire support for attacks on this northern West Bank city. Some Arab sources said that it is likely that the Israeli army will expand its attacks in the West Bank in the coming days. In the Gaza Strip, the Israeli army continues to carry out many airstrikes and infantry attacks on several different areas in Gaza. On the northern front, the Israeli Air Force and artillery carried out many bombardments on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon.
On September 1st, corresponding to July 29th on the lunar calendar, Vinh City held a solemn ceremony at the temple on the top of Yongquet Mountain to commemorate the 232nd anniversary of Emperor Quang Trung death.
The ceremony aimed to commemorate the great contributions of the national hero to the struggles for national defense and to educate younger generations about national pride, patriotism, and their duty for defending and building the homeland. It is also an opportunity to review the history of the nation's indomitable struggle, the tradition of patriotism and resistance against foreign invaders, and to educate the younger generation about the tradition of patriotism. In the career of the Tay Sun dynasty, King Quang Trung had an important role, especially in the lightning operation from Phu Zon, Hue, to Thang Long, Hanoi, to defeat 290,000 Chinese Qing soldiers. This victory is also known as the Dong Da victory. At the ceremony, delegates offered flowers and incense to express their deep respect and gratitude to the emperor who had made great contributions to the nation's history.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Since the beginning of 2024, the number of measles cases and hospitalizations has tended to increase in some localities. Currently, the Ministry of Health has issued guidelines for monitoring, diagnosing, treating and preventing measles, in which vitamin A supplementation for supportive treatment of eye-related diseases and malnutrition is necessary. The Ministry of Health recommends that the Department of Health of provinces and cities direct the Centers for Disease Control of provinces and cities to allocate 100,000 units of vitamin A capsules and 200,000 units currently in stock after the end of the first phase of the 2024 vitamin A supplementation campaign for children to medical examination and treatment facilities that admit and treat children with measles in the area.
The second Krong Durian Festival officially opened on the evening of August 31st in Dak Lok Province. Taking place until September 2nd, the festival with many special activities promises to bring interesting experiences to people and tourists. Krong Pak district currently has more than 8,000 hectares of durian, of which more than 4,000 hectares are for business, with an output of more than 85,000 tons per year. The festival is an important event for both locality and farmers as it is expected to promote the sustainable development of the durian industry, associated with tourism development and cultural preservation.
The Vietnam Volleyball Federation, VFV, received an official confirmation email from the International Volleyball Federation, FIVB, that Vietnam is the last team to win a ticket to the 2025 FIVB World Championship, a tournament considered the World Cup of Volleyball. The FIVB Women's Championship 2025 will take place in Thailand from August 22 to September 7, and it is considered the World Cup of Volleyball. As Thailand is the host country, the Asian region will have an additional slot to be selected. Therefore, the Vietnam women's volleyball team ranked 4th in the 2023 Asian Championship has been selected. Along with 3 teams including China, Japan and Thailand, the Vietnam team will be one of 4 Asian teams participating in the FIVB Women's Championship 2025. This is the first time in history that the Vietnam women's volleyball team has won the right to participate in the World Volleyball Championship.
President Ho Chi Minh has been gone for 55 years, the same period since he sent his last letter to his homeland, Nghệ An province. During these historic autumn days, let's explore the emotional and heartfelt letters filled with messages that he sent to his homeland.
Nước Việt Nam có quyền hưởng tự do và độc lập, và sự thật đã thành một nước tự do độc lập.
Right after reading the Declaration of Independence declaring the birth of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, despite being busy with many national affairs, on September 17, 1945, Uncle Ho still spent time writing a letter to his homeland. With the intimate and close words, he sent it to the party members and people of Nghệ An with all the heart of a son living far from home, always looking towards his homeland. Or when Uncle Ho received a letter from his uncle and aunt, Mr. Hoang Phan Kin and Mr. Tran La Hu, blaming him for not returning to his hometown for many years, Uncle Ho replied, "I have not been able to return to my hometown, not because of being indifferent to my hometown, but when the French invaders are trampling on our country, the duty of every Vietnamese is to forget home for the country, forget personal matters for the public." After that, there were no private words but only national affairs. He hoped to receive criticism and suggestions for himself and the government.
Uncle Ho always cared about both big things and small things. He always had affection and concern for party members and all classes of people in his homeland.
And the last letter Uncle Ho sent to the Party Executive Committee of Nghệ An Province on July 21, 1969, just over a month before he breathed his last. In a simple style, the meaning and words Uncle Ho left for his hometown contained a great vision and ideology. Besides encouragement, the final and most important purpose of the letter is to assign tasks to the party committee, government and people of Nghệ An. That is, what to do next.
Uncle Ho always advised the party committee and the government of Nghệ An to do their utmost to care for the people's lives and to develop Nghệ An into a model province in party and government building. He reminded party members and officials to practice and cultivate morality to be worthy of the traditions of their homeland.
It is still not an order, directive or resolution, but a letter. In the role and duty of the head of the country, Uncle Ho has his own love for his homeland. He only hoped that the people and comrades of the province will strive to make Nghệ An one of the best provinces in the north.
When working conditions did not allow, Uncle Ho sent his feelings and messages to party members and people through letters. That was also a way Uncle Ho encourage and motivate party members and people in his homeland.
From the time Uncle Ho's departure to find a way to save the country until the day he passed away, President Ho Chi Minh only visited his homeland twice. However, in return, he wrote 31 letters to the party committee, government and people of Nghệ An. And the messages from those letters are more powerful and effective than orders or directives. This is an important asset, creating confidence and motivation for Nghệ An on the path of construction and development.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.